welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for January the 6th through January the 12th. And what a celestial sky we have this week. Wow, major. But I'll get into that in the astrology report. Right now, we're on the intro, and I want to thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And I hope that you enjoy these readings and that you will return. These are general readings and they're for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, click on this link, which will take you to my website, and you can see what readings I offer. I live to give readings, guys. Now, this is for your sun, moon, and rising. Don't forget that. There will be skip times for the intro, the astrology report, and the tarot card reading if you are checking out your sun, moon, and rising. All the other links and everything will be in the show more section below, so you can always check below in the description box and click on any of the links in there. You know, if you want to look at the other readings, or it takes me a minute sometimes to get the links up, you know, but once everything's up, then I put the links up. Please help me by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you haven't already. And now, without further ado, let's get to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology report section of your reading. And first, I just can't go without mentioning and putting my heart out there for Australia and all those fires. And, you know, I can't spend too much time on that because I get very emotional, but I'm praying for them. And I just, if anyone's watching from Australia, my God, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. And maybe this is what I don't want to say this is what we need, to take this. Maybe governments around the world will hear this and take some action and towards climate control and perhaps people will stop denying that there's a climate crisis. Anyway, I have to move on from that. I get very emotional with that. It's very, very sad. All the animals and anyway. The year 2020 will not be easy. If you are one of my Patreons or one of my patrons, you can check out my Patreon page, guys. I am going to do a yearly forecast for those for those patrons by sign, and I'm working on that. And it is challenging. For most of us, will be affected, especially those in cardinal signs. Cancer. excuse me. Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. We will be most affected by this huge astrological event coming up. But let me go on to Thursday, January the 10th, the full moon lunar eclipse in Cancer at 20 degrees. At 2:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Full moons, as most of you know, is when the moon is opposite the sun, and it's actually the sun is lighting up the moon. It's full on. It's exactly opposite, right? So their energies are melding, right? They're almost married, if you will, because it's kind of a seesaw effect. But not only is the moon opposite the sun at this time, it's also opposite Mercury, Pluto, and Saturn, and the South Node. So I can't help but mention in Capricorn, there's Jupiter, the Sun, Mercury, the South Node, Pluto, and Saturn. And 2 centaurs are also in there. And there's never been that many planets in Capricorn. I think it's been 735 years, according to Pam Gregory. It's 735 years. I haven't checked it in the ephemeris, but I believe her because she does a lot of research. And she does mundane, which is all about, government and the world. I do more personal, so I do appreciate her knowledge on that. Okay, so this is the okay, so the moon in Cancer is going to be all about kind of family, relationships, it's emotional, it's about home. Um, and Capricorn, which is opposite, is all about the government and kind of authority and really about career and work and things like that. So it's about that balance. It's about those opposing energies. And this, look, full moons are about releasing, letting go, right? Ending, culminations. Um, and eclipses are even more about that. So eclipses can kind of bring something to the forefront that's like secrets are revealed, things, realizations are coming into play, and this is about clearing things out. It's about um, trimming the fat, streamlining. What do you need as opposed to what do you want? It's really about streamlining. It's about not having more than you need. That's what it's about. It's clearing things out. It is organizing. It is getting rid of sometimes people, places, things, whatever isn't serving you anymore or that, doesn't align with you anymore, because we outgrow friendships and relationships sometimes. Sometimes we stay in them well past their expiration date. And we need to kind of look at that. Things may come to a head where we'll see that and we'll see that we need to move on. It's those of us who are more self-aware and want to grow and move forward in this on this journey, we'll see what we need to let go of. So change is inevitable. This is about change. Neptune is it's in a trine to the eclipse. Our intuition and psychic abilities are heightened, and our sensitivity to other people's energies are also heightened. We can feel their moods, we can feel their energies. And, if you're surrounded by toxic people, that's toxic. It's going to affect you personally. So you want to, surround yourself or protect yourself and not get too tuned in. If you find yourself tuning into somebody who's like raging or depressed or, in a terrible mood, don't take it personally. Retreat from their energy. So, a lot of emotions can be brought up. It's a very emotional time. Well, some of us are feeling it now. Also, on Thursday, January the 10th, Uranus stations direct. Now, it has been retrograde since August the 12th, 2019. So that's 5 months. And it will station direct now. It's been slowing down. Now, this Uranus is the planet of electrifying sudden changes and happenings. Uranus rules electricity. It's like lightning and thunder. And it's the higher octave of Mercury. It's about fast thinking, sudden happenings. And as it slows down to go direct, its symbolism amplifies. So, electronics could go awry. I've been having that. I mean, I've had a lot of technical issues the last week or so. So I know that this has been happening to me. So that will bring an element of the unknown into the mix on Thursday as well, and actually before and after. They say eclipses last up until 6 months, but so look, this brings me to our huge astrological event that astrologers have been talking about for years. That is Saturn conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Now, as I mentioned before, we have Jupiter, the Sun, the South Node, Mercury, Pluto, and Saturn all in Capricorn, plus two centaurs, Plutos and Chariklo. But I'm not going to get into them. That's a whole other video. But anyway, there's not been that many planets in Capricorn for 735 years. That's a long time. This is huge. It's massive. There's massive change. People who will be affected by this are those in cardinal signs particularly, and that is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and of course Capricorn, where it's all happening. So they are the ones who are most affected by this. But of course, depending on where your planets are, so many of us are. This is because it's all in Capricorn, it's global too. We're already seeing changes happening. We're already seeing politics and catastrophes happen around the world, because Saturn is about rules and regulations and the old order, right? He's like the father figure. And Pluto is about breaking the old systems down so that new systems can replace. So it's about destruction, it's death and rebirth, right? Well, the destruction part is kind of, it's stressful for us. And we're seeing that in Australia. We're seeing it, Iran, number 2 guy being taken out. I mean, and things are definitely going to progress exponentially. Look, I can't help it. It's kind of a pessimistic view, but when I look at the astrology, it is disturbing, to say the least. The good thing is, though, that yes, there's destruction, yes, but what will come out of this is a new world order. Things will change. I mean, irrevocably change. And I think after the beginning of 2021, it's kind of peaceful for a while. But I'm not going to go into that. This is a very deep and very intense time, and time will tell as to how this will play out. Many of you are already feeling this change and transformation, and things are coming up. Pluto brings stuff up from the dark, out of the darkness into the light to be addressed. Secrets come out. Governments, we've already been seeing that. You see, we feel this before, and we'll be feeling it for the whole of 2020, not to mention other things that are going on later in the year. So what I will say, yes, all these old structures and paradigms will be restructured. They'll be brought down. And, I mean, I'm going into this in a lot more depth on my Patreon page. I'm going to be creating videos for the year for the signs. So I am currently working on those and I've been studying this for a while, and I've been really looking at what's going on for each sign and how they are affected. But I will say this in general, this is all like outward energy, because in Capricorn it's all yang energy, it's male energy, it's going out, it's explosive. And that's the same with Uranus. It's been in retrograde, so it's kind of within and going, when a planet goes retrograde, it kind of goes in, right? So we need to bring the yin energy out, and the way to do the yin, the way to balance this with yin energy is to go within. Going within, we can quieten our mind. We don't have to be frightened. When we are at peace within, then we experience peace without, and we can hear ideas and solutions to what we think is our problems are. We need to be bigger than our problems, is what we need to be. And we can do that by going inside. So meditation is so important, and that'll bring us into the yin within, right? The yin within. We need to connect with a divine feminine. We need to be receptive and not pushing out, because this is all pushing out, right? This is all male yang energy. So we need to get in touch with the yin. We need to be the calm within the storm. And we'll get through this, darling. We'll get through this together. Let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Virgo, and welcome to the tarot card section of your reading for January the 6th through January the 12th. This is for Virgo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Virgo to get through this astrological event. That's all I can call it. Okay, Virgo. 3 cards for Virgo, please. Oh, there's 2. They want to come out fast and furious. 1 more card for Virgo. Yes. 1 more. There it is. Well, 2 more cards. Okay. Yep. Listen, there seems to be a theme. There is definitely a card that's coming out in a lot of the readings, which is definitely not a surprise considering what's happening celestially. So this is for Virgo. These are clarifying cards for Virgo. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Virgo for this coming week through these clarifying cards? So please clarify. Yes. Please clarify. Yes. Please clarify. Please clarify. Here he goes. Yes. Okay, lovely. Let us take a look at your cards. See what's going on for you, Virgo. Okay, the first card out for you is the Tower, clarified by the Ace of Wands. Then you have the Page of Pentacles, clarified by the Four of Wands. Then you have the Nine of Swords with the King of Pentacles, clarified by the King of Cups. Virgo. Okay, the first card out is the Tower. This is not surprising. It's come in quite a few readings, and the Tower is a catastrophic, well, I don't want to say catastrophic, but you know, yeah. It can be a catastrophic event that is life-changing, but it's definitely something that's major, that's happened, that's changed. It can be a loss of a job, a loss of a house, an apartment, you know, a situation. Something has come in that's changing your life in a big way. And look, imagine all those people that have been displaced with because of bombings in different countries, and you know, and the fire in Australia. I mean, there's a lot of people that are going through this, and you know, it's not surprising with this huge conjunction and eclipse happening this week. So the Tower is not surprising at all. There's change, and this is a life-changing situation that's coming in for a lot of you, Virgo. The thing about the Tower, right? The Tower comes in when something needs to go, and he's very Uranus, right? Uranus is coming in, and you know, another thing that this can be for you, because I'm looking at the clarifying. Look, this can be, you know, a change that has to happen. Something has to change so that something new can come in. But what I'm getting, which is a little different for some of you, is that this is Uranus bringing an incredible idea in for you, something that's going to, this is like an idea. It's a spark, right? That starts a flame that can lead way to a blazing fire. So something brilliant and big. And the Uranus is very thunderbolt and lightning, right? It's very electrifying. It can be, you know, sudden happenings, or it can be a brilliant idea that comes in, that, you know, suddenly comes into you. I had that today. It's like, boom, this idea came. I was talking on the phone. I was like, oh my God, I can do that. And it was just, you know, sometimes things are in front of you, but they don't appear. They sometimes just come in like a bolt of lightning as you're discussing something. So anyway, I feel that for some of you, yes, the Tower is going to come in. Something's going to change in your life where you need to kind of come up with this brilliant idea, right? Something will sprout from this, the Tower. The Tower is like a crack that just, you know, something's got to give to make something new out of it. I like looking, the towers look different in each deck. I like looking at them. Okay, so, and I actually like the tower. The tower doesn't feel great, but it leaves way, it flattens the old. It's very Saturn and Pluto, you know, Pluto breaks down is breaking down Saturn, the old way, you know, the old paradigm, you know, and to bring in a new power, a new source of power, government kind of thing. And that might be in your life, you know, something's, you know, being broken down. And then the next card you have is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles, you know, the pages are messengers, but they also are telling you that you are ready to move on to the next phase of your life. And that can be, you know, the Tower's gone, so yes. And the pages are, you know, it's about opportunity, it's about abundance, it's news of, you know, it's money's coming in or something, you know, you could get money where you hadn't expected it before. That can happen. And look, you've got, it's cause for celebration. So whatever this brings in, the Page of Pentacles, it's like, celebrate. You want to celebrate, you want to come home, this is a foundation. I always think of this as like a table, a beautiful foundation, the finishing, the ending of something, like a project or something that's come to a completion that's you know, celebratory, that's celebrating, it's worthy of celebration. And this is like a really exciting and happy, and you're ready to kind of get on to the next phase of whatever this is for you. Now, the next card out is the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords is about worry and thinking about the worst case scenario. So you do have to be very careful of that because, you know, you're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is in Capricorn with all those other planets, conjunct the Sun, Saturn, and Pluto. So major change is definitely there for you. And you could have the tendency to go down the rabbit hole and make things bigger than what they are. So it's exaggeration because Jupiter's also there. Jupiter will exaggerate whatever you focus on. So you have to be very astute and careful not to go down the rabbit. Don't let that monkey brain take you down the rabbit hole. And it's like thinking, and you know, you want to think of every contingency, right? And the more contingencies you think of, the more worst case scenarios you're entertaining, and that can really affect you. So, you know, think of the yin, connect with yin, the divine feminine, go within, quieten that mind, turn the dial down, because you've got the King of Pentacles next to it. And the King of Pentacles is, you know, loves opulence, richness, abundance. So maybe you're worried about finances in some way, or you're worried about something. And he is saying, you know, don't worry. Stop worrying about that. Sit back and enjoy what you have right now. Enjoy the riches that you have gained so far and stop thinking about losing it or how much you have left or what's going to happen. Don't be in this. Be in this. Enjoy what you have. I want to sing that song. You better enjoy yourself. You really have to master your emotions, because this is going to have you emotionally unstable. So you want to really come out of the worst case scenario. Choose to believe, you know, when you're in the moment and you can enjoy what you have, you're not in worry. Don't waste that energy. And clarifying it is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is all about mastering your emotions. You know, he's a well of emotion, but he's got so much, he's so mature. He's come through life and he doesn't, things just wash over him like water. He doesn't take things personally. He doesn't get over emotional. He doesn't act out rashly. He doesn't shout. He just is the calm within the storm. He knows how to master his emotions. He doesn't make decisions based on emotions. He doesn't allow his emotions to dictate his behavior or what he says, in fact, he's the master. He's the master of his emotions. He's got that maturity. So that's what you're asking. The only way to master emotions really is through meditation, right? Go within, because all this yang energy out here, we need to be yin. We need to be with the divine feminine. Virgo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. Thank you for staying all the way to the end. I really appreciate that. And I just wanted to let you know that this is a viewer supported channel. So if you could check out my Patreon page and perhaps donate a one-time donation, or $1 a month, as little as $1 a month. It's $12 a year. It's not a lot, but I can do a lot with that. And of course, no pressure. Just like, share, comment, and subscribe if that's what you can do. I really appreciate that too. And also, my videos have advertising on it, and if you could watch the advertisement all the way through, that would be a big help. I get paid for that too. I mean, every little helps. And of course, more than anything, if you can, purchase a reading from me, because that's what I love to do. But anyway, guys, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here all the way to the end. And don't forget to join my Facebook group so we can hang out there. I love you all. Thank you. Mwah. I'll see you next week.